What's up, everybody? Mike's The Obsession podcast. Small property layouts. So we're here in central Wisconsin. That shot there is my cornfield that I planted. We have had 1 inch of rain here in the last 50 days. Horrible drought. I just actually replanted my corn 2 weeks ago. We were supposed to get 2 days of rain. That did not happen. So if you saw that shot, I have real sporadic corn coming up here and there. I do have a few new ones that are sprouting, so maybe my second planting will go better. Some of my beans came up, some of the corn. Just horrible drought conditions. If you saw earlier in our show, our small property layouts, we planted a lot of pine trees this year. So I have been in and out, 4 to 5 days a week, watering trees. Have been luckily keeping them all alive, but it has been a lot of work. This is, like I said, this is our must be nice edition of small property layouts that everybody tells me. Really, maybe some rain Wednesday, get this thing going. Like I said, watering trees, I'm going to show you that. I'm going into the woods right now. I've got my big brush mower here. I sprayed off my lower food plot 2 weeks ago. I'm going to mow that down. There's a bunch of dead winter rye, and the corn is still, stalks or stubble are still standing, so I'm going to mow all that down, because in about 2 weeks after that, I'm going to probably till that and then plant it another week later, along with our brassicas and our top campsite plot. So I'll go down there, I'm going to show you that. I'm going to show you some of the trees on the way, show you the ponds that I planted grass around. Grass is starting to come up through there, but like I said, no rain. No rain for 40 days straight. We've had 1 inch in the last 50 plus, and we continue to go on here with no rain. So if you're experiencing what we are, you just kind of got to be diligent about, staying on your stuff, hoping that it's going to come. At this point, we're, like I said, we're July 2. We're going to get what we get, with corn, and which is what we usually use for cover and for our fall and late season hunting. So it's going to be what it's going to be. Like I said, we'll monitor this for you, let you know how it's going. I'm sure some of you out there are having some similar problems. The corn that got in earlier before me got that early last rain that we've got. That all stuff is pretty good. I obviously got mine in a week after that the first time. So anyway, it is what it is. I'm going to show you some of the trees. I'm going to go on the lower plot. See there, I just took you on a little guided tour coming kind of up my ridge side on the wheeler. You can hear the mowers kind of clanking behind me, but this spot here where I just stopped and I showed you this little triangle of pine trees back here, and then the ones going down the trail, and I panned up to the stand. This is where we talked about that early season putting in the habitat pockets. So this is a habitat pocket that we put in on the top side of this ridge. Like I said, the little triangle stand right up here. This is on the top side of my ridge, so down below is where the bucks like to run. East-west movement trail here that I'm on. Straight back here we have a small water hole that we put in a few years ago. It gets hit quite often. And then we got a line of trees there that I kind of panned up that come down this trail. So anyway, the theory is the bucks see down there. We watch them run that a lot. So now this way we can call to them, get them to come up here and expose themselves to us. So, you know, these are some of the trees I've been watering 4 or 5 days a week. You can see they're doing pretty good, but it's a lot of work here. It's well worth it. You know, if we get a shot at a buck or two out of here to take, would be amazing. A lot of work. So like I said, this is that small habitat pocket back here. Quick run from where we were just up at that habitat pocket, straight up back here in the ridge. We came down this trail. This is one of those ponds that you saw Carl and I put in and lined. We still do have about a foot of water in it, which is good. But like I said, real dead. This is also that pond that we showed. You can see the green actually coming up and the grass growing. The grass is actually growing over on the bank over there too, to those trees, which we were a little worried that it wouldn't. You can see the green there coming up. Anyway, so even without that rain, this grass is still coming up. Like I said, we put that shade, full shade grass in, put the mats down. So if you get right up to the mats, you can actually see it coming up through the mats. So it's doing really good, considering the rain or lack thereof. Pond still has water, which is good. Obviously we'd love to have some rain and get me out of here for watering these trees. So I want to show you that. We're going to continue on this trail where we kind of set up another line of these pines. We showed planting these right here, kind of off to the side of the camera here, is where we're going to be popping a stand up to be able to hunt this pond too. This will be an evening sit here too, but this is kind of, we're showing this start to finish. You know, obviously we showed digging this pond in, then planting the trees, making the berm over here on the other side, and then putting in the grass to help promote cleaner water and less erosion of the banks. So stick around me, a little noisy. We're going to head down to the other pond. Here we are back in the other pond that we scraped in last November. You can see the trees the pine trees in the background. That goes up that ridge. That's actually that stand just straight on the bottom side of that ridge where I shot fire last year here. So we ran that line further, ran it right down to the pond here. Again, this is the first pond we scraped, west end of my property. Grass matting around it. Again, probably almost 1.5 feet, 2 feet of water still in this pond. Grass is coming up down here too as well. Obviously not as good as we want it to. Another mound here, or berm, that we built and got 3 trees on it here. So actually directly behind the camera now is one of the first stands I put in when I bought this property. So that's a stand that we're going to hunt now. We got to do a little bit of work to that. Behind it, the stand is up there in the oak. And also another berm that we put in with a couple of pine trees on it. A couple spots we've just really tried to seal in this bedding that we did a lot of hinge cut and TSI cutting on now 3.5 years ago in here. Super thick area we don't go in. Water just off of it. We've kind of concealed this water so they come out in here to water. Obviously this stand back here is going to be a night sit only. We don't come down in here in the mornings. As far as we go would be the stand at the base of that ridge up and over the top of the campsite plot. If you guys follow us a lot, you've seen that campsite plot. We can enter that and exit that real easy in the morning. So that's one that we use. Now we're going to go down into the bottom here and I'm going to mow this field off. We're down here in my bottom plot. Any of you that follow Carl and I, I've taken quite a few bucks out of this bottom plot. This is one we've struggled with over the years, sometimes getting stuff to grow. So we've just kind of left it till now. Like I said, I sprayed this off. All this winter rye is dead. I know it's hard to tell, it's sunny. We do have, clover coming up here a little bit. A lot of black dirt got added into this top piece when we dug the ponds because this top piece was weak, the soil needed help. Old cornfield that we planted back here last year, so I'm going to mow all of this off, and then like I said, in 2 weeks I'm going to come down here and till this and prep it and get it ready. Maybe spray it again, we'll see what happens, but we're going to do turnips and radishes down here mostly and see how that comes up. We're going to use a seed drill, hopefully that works real well, and then whatever doesn't come in or it's patchy, we'll winter rye that, broadcast wise. So I'm gonna mow this off,